Where the love? What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. Murder, 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 man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, 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 man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, 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 man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, 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 man, it's all I see. Can I live? Where the love? I know.
Yo, DCP, the corner pocket, man. Hit that like button right there. You see that like button? Hit it. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Boop.
Yeah, man, it's just good to have you in the building with us, man. It's a blessing. Really appreciate the time, man. Everything. You got some big people, bro. I do speak. You got some big people, bro. Man, you know, it's, like I said, man, go back to middle school, man. And, you know, when it's Buckeye, you really took right in, bro. Like, it just makes my heart happy, man. Because I'm a straight Buckeye.
Yeah, I was looking going there for school for education purposes, you know what I'm saying? I support that, man. I'm always about achieving education greatness. Sports, you know.
Yeah, Mom, I know you're going to have some shit about this because you're a Michigan State fan. My kid, but,
man, I don't know what fan she is. One fan is Michigan State, that Michigan Ohio State, that she a Michigan fan, so she sleep. He was wide awake when Ohio State got beat on with my man broke in Ed, you know what I'm saying? He had her own kid, like.
She did every season, bro, don't she? Yeah, when the Buckeyes be whacking her, I'm like, I can't answer my phone died. Man, come on, man, chill. Man, you got selected sports enemies, you really do, man. And sometimes, you know what? Sorry, Mom, this freestyle gonna be about you. I love you, bro. You know what I think sometimes went wrong, bro? Mom, you didn't take your meds. You didn't take your meds. You didn't take your meds. You tripping on our teams? You didn't take your meds. You didn't take your meds. You didn't take your meds. You tripping on our teams? Your team is called the Mock Heads. They ain't had a good coach, and their sports is dead. They shouldn't be playing in the Big Ten. Put them in the Mountain West. That's where they should be in. They ain't a real team. You ain't playing a real sport. I really don't know what's going on. Y'all just do is show. I'm out now. Mom, I love you. Mr. Ed, you didn't take your meds. My mom's tripping, man. She's really tripping, man. You want to know why? She didn't take her meds. My mom's tripping, man. My mom is tripping, man. My mom is tripping, man. She didn't take her meds. You didn't take your meds. You tripping on our team? You didn't take your meds. You really tripping on this. Hey, sorry, Mom. I'll let you know.
Okay, well, let me get this one actually. So, man, when they lost over there wagon, hey, Mom, be quiet, jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, you say go blue, you say OH, you don't say pop, you don't say ooh.
Oh.
That bandwagon is gassed up. So, whenever you ready, run, hurry up and catch up. Like a hot dog in the mustard. You be in the bun, man, like.
You didn't take your meds.
That's why you didn't take your meds. So you didn't take your meds.
I'm sorry, Mom. Hey, dude, people be thinking we got notes. Jay said we had no notes, bro. It just came on the top.
Take your meds, man.
Take your meds, Mom. You got sports amnesia. I don't know what's going on. 1 minute, bro, you bright shit. Michigan State fan, this shit a Buckeye fan, this shit Browns fan, this shit Green Bay Packers fan. Make up your mind, Mom. Take your meds.
Take your meds.
Back with JJ Sumner and Billy. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, and that notification bell. D, where can they find us on platforms, bro?
Man, they can find us on TikTok, Twitter, The Corner Pocket, on Facebook, The Corner Pocket. It's still under construction, that page, man. We're still trying to figure it out, but on Instagram, _corner_pocket. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go, to the liquor store, man, and that's for the Corner Pocket. Our ticket, they'll probably tell you, what? We go, who? Yeah, so then the Corner Pocket. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, a lottery ticket now.
Yeah. Hey, but look, man, we gotta get the JJ, man. But JJ, I just want to get this done early real quick because I want to let you know about this jersey.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then didn't want to let Key and everybody talk, man. But this jersey protection is very important, man, to me, man. Like, so like, excuse me, man. So You know what I'm saying? You are a spokesperson, man, for DCP Sports, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a sport, you know, got the headband, armband, knees, or, you know what I'm saying? You got the dedicated, you know what I'm saying, court, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But this right here, the jersey, though, I think it's really going to be essential. It's really going to be fun, man. This is yours to have along with the headband and stuff also. You go home and do this, man. So, pretty dope, bro. It's the DCP and Pimples and Bitch jersey, man.
Hold on, dog.
This to the gym, bro.
That's right, that's what I'm talking about, man. You got to see the Pimples and Bitch right there, and the logo right there, and the dog, the Pimples and Bitch. But let me show you the back too, man. How the back is so dope, man. Cause that logo on the back too and everything, man. See?
Bruh.
I look, ain't happened to talk over you, bro.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's real. Can they find out on Target or on Wish?
Nah, man, it's on T-Move, man. I'm talking about on T-Move, man. That's right, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm let's go. That's the jersey.
That's the attire, man. That's good quality. Good attire, man. That's going down.
That's right, man.
So y'all see him working out and he is representing DCP
That's right.
Sports Agency Incorporated.
It's my business, man.
Take your meds.
Take your man.
Take your man. Hey, bro, we gonna be saying that for a few days. Take your man. So we went on the sports journey with JJ, starting from Thomas Worthington High School, man, all the way to the Indian Alley Cats to Poland to the Philippines.
Hold up, man. We need to. No, let's start at Franklin Middle School, man. Let's start at.
Oh, okay. So Franklin Middle School,
Yeah.
Brookhaven, then Thomas Worthington,
Right.
then Arkansas, then OSU, then the Alley Cats.
Alright, so, but I want to ask about the transition from high school. Like,
Okay.
how did it feel, man, when you left Brookhaven? Because, like, we was all sorry and sad, man. Like,
Was that freshman year?
Freshman year, man. So, to be honest, man, if I could do that over again too, I would have did that a little bit different, man. Like, man, I just wasn't doing what I was supposed to, man. My parents gave me like, excuse me, I got a cramp. My parents gave me like, you know, ultimatum, man. Like either, you know, fix your grades, or you got to go somewhere else. And like, a part of me really wanted to go somewhere else because I didn't really get to, like, you know, bro, we was coming from Franklin, you know what I'm saying, being a man. And then like high school, the transition wasn't the way I thought it would be. And man, I was just being a baby for real. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't being, you know, mature, wasn't doing the right things, wasn't getting my grades right. So, yeah, man, they took me out of there. And I wish I would have, you know what I'm saying? I was just having this conversation with somebody else the other day. It's funny. Because they asked me why I love Brookhaven too. And I was like, you know, honestly, man, me being young and done.
yeah.
If I could do it over again, man, it would be a little bit different. I mean, I love Thomas Worthington. Again, it all worked out.
Yeah.
But, you know, we had something special at Brookhaven, man. We couldn't, like, I mean, shoot, they did it without me. So, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really need me to do what they did, but it was cool, man. Like, a lot of pride, for real, when you think about Brookhaven, man. Like, you know, being closed down and all that good stuff, man. Like, I don't understand how that school got chosen out of all the other schools.
Yeah, man.
Well, so now, yeah.
Because kids was going there.
Bruh, you know what I'm saying? But like, that run, just the pride and the culture that Brookhaven possessed, man, from like, even before us, like, way before us, man, and like even after us too, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is it's a legendary school that will always go there. I'm just happy I got to go for 1 year. I'm able to say that I went. I am one of the ones that left, but it's
Are you still there with us though?
you know what I'm saying? Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat for sure. Bearcat for life.
So was your dad coaching at the time at Irvine?
So my dad, so that was another reason why I left. So my dad was actually coaching college basketball at Oberlin College, where he went to school. That's where he met my mom.
Okay.
He was coaching Oberlin College up near Cleveland. He started the summer right before our 9th grade year. So that was a little transition too, if I'm being honest, man. I have my dad in the house all the time. I was a little bit rebellious, you know what I mean? Stopped doing what I was supposed to be doing. But yeah, so he was coaching Oakland at the time, and then my senior year of high school, our senior year of high school, he came back to Northland. Now, he wanted me to transfer again. He wanted me to come to Northland, but like I had already transferred twice, and I didn't really want to do that. You know what I mean? So like, so I stayed at Thomas, but yeah, man, he was at Oakland College than Northland.
So how's that like, you know, your dad is known around the city as a legendary coach. Did you feel any pressure?
Legendary coach.
Yeah.
Really know.
I would say the best high school coach I know about. You know what I'm saying? Was that pressure carrying that name when how you carried yourself throughout the city?
Nah, it wasn't pressure because my dad always made it about something bigger than yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so he kind of took the approach, you know what I mean? Like, we're not playing for the name on the back of your jersey, you're playing for the front. So, like, it was never really about us or about the Sullinger name. It did make a difference, you know. Everybody remembers Sullinger was involved, good or bad, you know what I mean? So, I wouldn't say it was pressure, and, you know, my son is dealing with the same things now. It's not a pressure thing, it's more or less just, you know, opportunity to just continue to stamp the legacy, man, to be honest.
So your brother played in the NBA, Jared. What was that like going through that experience with your brother? Which, hopefully we get him to come on the show too, man. That'd be really up to talk to him. What was that like, having a brother that played in the league?
Man, it was great. It was great. You know, it was, you know, a lifelong dream. You know, everybody thinks, people ask me from time to time, like, man, are you sad or are you upset that you didn't make it but your brother made it? Like, we made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made it. It was a we thing. So, for him to be able to live out his lifelong dream of not only being a Buckeye, but also being able to play in the NBA for Boston Celtics. Shout out to the Boston Celtics. Gave my brother an opportunity nobody else would. You know, it was great, bro. It was a dream come true. It was, and you learn, again, man, you learn the business fairly quickly on how much of a business it actually is, man. Just putting the ball in the basket, rebounding the basketball isn't always enough, you know what I mean? And he got to learn, you know, that fairly quickly.
Yeah, now we're transitioning. You mentioned a little bit about your sons and your dad now. What is that transition like? You been the athlete that you were, and you still feel like you still get some buckets. Do you? How do you handle that with your child now with sports?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some parents push that on their kids, and you got to be like I was, you got to do what I did. Like how do you balance that?
Well, I think it's first and foremost, man. You got to keep that. You got to keep that father, son, or daughter relationship first and foremost, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I didn't really coach my son too much. Him growing up, I would give him pointers and things like that. We work out together, but we always kept that father-son dynamic, man. I think that's important. And even with my daughters as well, you know what I mean? And my younger sons coming up, I always try to make sure that I can be a safe space for them because if you're constantly just berating them and trying to get them to do what you want them to do athletically or academically or anything, you know what I mean? It pushes them further and further away. And I don't ever want to be that dad. So, you know, I try to be that safe space for them. I try to be that funny, goofy dad that, you know, is going to embarrass them more than likely, even when I'm trying to be cool, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, I just try to be a dad first and foremost, man, honestly.
He's definitely a good dad, man. Like, I love your stories, man. Appreciate it, man. His kid be like calling over his head, everything. Be like, yeah, morning. I'm like, man, that's awesome, man.
I can't see the story. I sent him a friend request. You gotta send my friend request.
Oh, man, I
can't see the story.
Yeah, I'll be loving the stories, man. I'm like, man, different pictures he was posting with his kids and stuff, and your beautiful wife and everything. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like. I be feeling honored to have other people, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm gonna take that Sullinger, man. I know you know. I told you I knew him, man. I told you, man. Like so.
Been down since, what, 94?
94, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's right, man.
man, for a lifetime, man, forever.
Absolutely. Man, so like, how was that transition for you when once you put the shoes up and transitioned to the family life? Like, was that hard for you to transition? Like, how was that for you?
It wasn't. I won't say it was hard. It was different. I mean, if I'm being honest though, I've been a dad longer than I've not been a dad. You know, I had Jalen when he was, how old he is now. You know what I'm saying? So it was always, I don't know anything different, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as that aspect, but like, hanging up the shoes, like, because I don't play anymore. Looks can definitely be deceiving if you think I can still be buckets, bro. Like, but hanging up the shoes was hard. It was difficult, man. I mean, you put so much sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears towards something that, you know, that's been your identity for such a long time. I mean, to not do that anymore, just to like hang it up and call it quits, it's tough. It's extremely difficult, man. Luckily for me, I had a great support staff. My folks, my family, my kids, friends, you know what I mean, that you can pretty much go and talk to them about anything, and you know they'll be there for you. I think that's important, man. And I think with young kids and even people my age, because I still see people like, you know, I was the best in the city, or I was the best doing this, I was the best. I'm like, you gotta really. Your self-worth isn't tied into what you can do athletically or what you do, you know, what you're gifted at. I mean, it's a gift, but it's not your self-worth. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're still so much more than that. And I think I was lucky enough to be able to realize that right when I did, so that the transition can be a lot easier.
Yeah, you mentioned that, man. Some people still, back in their heyday, like, that's what you used to do, that's what you did. Like, what are you going to do now? Right. You know, so, you know, when people, let's just say, let's go a little deep. When we are at your service and you transition from this life to the next, what do you want people to say about JJ Shumpert?
I want them to say that, you know, I was a positive light. I want them to say that I, you know, left this earth a little bit better than I found it. But most importantly, man, I always want to be a safe space for everybody, and that includes everybody. You know what I mean? As long as it's not hurting others, or even if you're hurting yourself, I can't really condone that. I'll try to help you through it, but I don't condone it. But like, I just want to always be a safe space for the folks that don't really have a voice or are always constantly having to defend themselves because of the things that, not even that they're choosing to do, but things that within their life and what they're doing professionally.
So, yeah, I'm going into the emotional side. You're married, wife. What does your wife mean to you?
Everything. She is my everything, bro. I met Jana, bro, at a time when I was in the process of transitioning into what you see today, man. I was shelling myself, man. I was still trying to figure it out. I was going through a divorce that I really didn't want to go through. And you know, I didn't have life figured out. I mean, I still don't, but you know what I mean? I was really like, I was trying, but I wasn't doing a really good job. And she found a way to reel me in, but also still let me be myself. So, Jana she is, baby, you are my everything.
Hey! Y'all better learn. Baby, you my everything too. You my everything too.
You already know, babe. So you my everything also, babe. You just said it. Yes, babe. You my everything also.
We always say. So, like, what's the greatest joy you get out of being a dad? What's the greatest thing?
That's a good question. Being able to see them achieve their dreams and aspirations, man. I'm be emotional.
My bad.
No. It's a good thing, man. It's okay to be emotional, man.
Come on, man.
I'm all working for y'all. Dreams and seeing them achieve their dreams and aspirations, whether it be, going to a camp or my son, being able to make his first basket or watching my oldest playing the NCAA tournament this past season. Bro, that level of achievement, bro, is just, because I know what it takes to get there. I did it myself, bro, you know what I'm saying? And for that to be able to witness that and see that, bro, that was like that. Man, I don't think it gets any better than that for real. It's like seeing them live out their lifelong dreams and for it to be able to carry out.
It was two people. It was your son that was doing this thing. I was watch out for, and then my mom, her son was a Marquette.
Sure.
Yeah. Watch
I should Sherry on here. I was
like, man, I'm going to hit her up, man, but she gets so busy. But yes, man, like, I'm going to
she'll be very good, man. She knows. She's got an interesting way of her approach is a little bit different than some others, but like it works.
Yeah.
Sean is a perfect example of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, watching your kids be able to do something that either you did or you tried to do, like, cause she played college basketball too. You know what I mean? So like being just that stage, man, just being on that stage is crazy.
They got our DNA, so like when you see little moments where it reminds you of yourself, what that make you feel like?
Bro, that's crazy, man. My dad always says that Jesus was a monster, man. But it's so true, because like, just like my youngest, bro. My youngest is like, he is just like me. Like, he is bullheaded, he is rambunctious, he is like crazy outgoing, he's never met a stranger. And like, sometimes I'll be ready to be like, bro, what is wrong with you? As soon as I do that, man, all I can see is my dad doing the same thing to me. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? And then you just start laughing. You know what I'm saying? That's funny,
man. It's just interesting, man. Like, y'all see just the jersey, the name on the back of the jersey. But there's always a story behind everything that you see out front, man. And like, just to hear his journey, man, and the high school days, man, middle school days, it's just like, I find out a lot of stuff, man. I mean, Indiana Alley Cats still take me, bro. I had never heard that in my life.
Anderson, Indiana, bro.
I said, man.
Hour outside of Indianapolis, man.
Man, what would you say to somebody who's watching today, man, on our channel, our DCP family? Maybe at the end of their rope, man. Maybe wanting to give up. Maybe experiencing a tough time in their life.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going through a divorce, man, and something crazy. What would you say to them to encourage them to keep going?
Just that, keep going, because tough times don't last. Tough people do. You know what I mean? And like, we're all tough, one way or another. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with reaching out. There's nothing wrong with being sad about things. And sometimes, man, stuff just sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff just isn't the way that you want it to be all the time. And like, my mom tells me this all the time, and she's always been right. She's never led me astray. She always tells me that like, things will work themselves out, one way or another. Right, wrong, indifferent, up, down, left, right, they start.
That's right, yeah.
It's going to work out, man. It's going to work out. So like, I know things don't always end up being the way that you want them to, and they never will. Right? You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be something that we can complain about or something that we want to happen differently. You know what I'm saying? But like, just keep going, because like, and ask for help if you need it. You know what I'm saying? That's my piece of advice.
That's some good advice, man. Like, definitely ask for help if you need it. Like, people are really like scared, or embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed, man. Like, there's no pass, man.
And I like how you said about the emotion, man. Because like, a lot of men, especially in our black community, is taught to suppress it.
Yeah.
And I had friends that died from stress, man. Hold stuff in, man. Like, just like, let that go. Release that, man. It'll free you up to be all you're meant to be.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, before we wrap it up, man, You got any events planned or anything? Are you speaking at or hosting or?
That's a good question. Not at the moment, man. You know, I'm always interested in speaking to kids. I try to do that as much as I can. I was involved with the ACE program. Last year we spoke. We had a group of all freshmen at Independence High School. That we did. We didn't call it mentoring. We called it life coaching.
I like it.
And I had a group of 7 kids. Shout out to the family of 7. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you guys are doing what we talked about this summer. You know what I mean? Nah. So I deal with the ACE program a lot, and you know, honestly, man, I try to keep myself as you know, loose as possible to be able to do a little bit of everything with, you know, folks. Just like yesterday, I did a volleyball tournament. It's called Spike the Stigma, which we've been talking about this whole time. You know, men's mental health is important. You know, reaching out, asking for help is not a bad thing. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Spike the Stigma, and you know, just always trying to be in the community, man, making it better, man.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it. You said that reaching out for help, man. You know, some people, you know, the overly religious people like, Jesus will fix it. Yeah, he will in your meds. Jesus and therapy in your meds. Like, take your medicine. Like, that's what the doctor orders. Take your medicine. Do you want to add anything else in the announcements, bro?
There's more water than that announcement. But nah, man, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. I'll tell you what, man. I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching a couple other shows, and I was like, okay, I'm like, where do I fit in here? But like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, man. Yeah, man, this was cool, man. This was cool. I hope to come back again, man.
Oh, definitely, man. Anytime you want to, man. Anytime, man.
We pull up on you, man. Start doing something, man. Like, shoot, man.
Yeah, man, it was great, man. Y'all hit that like button and share button and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, man, and let people know JJ Sullinger, Buckeye Legend, was here. And, man, just to go on that journey, I know y'all enjoyed the journey, man. I probably found a lot of things I did not know. This man was in Poland, Philippines, I can't imagine that, bro.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
So that's now you officially the franchise spokesperson.
Yo, baby,
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the show, I know DCP, the quarterback, I know in the 8 ball, boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
So now we go 5 times, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna do this. It's worth it. Got our phones like this. That's what we're gonna do, dog. So we're gonna do our logo.
So, you see the corner pocket, okay, ball, boom, 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 boom. All right, boom, and then boom?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you, fine.
Got our phones.
How you doing this at?
So, are you
Like in front of here?
Alright, so it's DCP, the corner pocket. I don't need the 8 ball. Got our phones, bro.
DCP, corner pocket, I don't mean an 8 ball. Boom, 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 boom.
Right, and then pose.
No, first got the phone. Got the phone. You got the phone, so.
I think I love his Indians, man. Our Indians be crazy, bro. I love it.
Start crazy. 1, 2, 3. DCP, the corner pocket, and I don't mean the 8 ball. Oh God, yes sir.
It's a wrap.
I'm wearing this one.
Buckeye Legend, JJ Sullinger in the building. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Where the love? What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. Murder, man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, man, it's all I see. What happened to the love, man? It ain't involved. When it's murder, man, it's all I see. Can I live?
Yo, DCP, the corner pocket, man. Hit that like button right there. You see that like button? Hit it. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Boop.